welcome to Select Arcane. Back in May, Alyssa Greer and her mom Michelle hosted Luck of the Irish Live. We've had a gaping hole in our local show timetable for the fall season, ever since Autumn Live has been cancelled. So there was a lot of celebration when Alyssa and Michelle took up the reins to host a second show this year, which also, incidentally, may be an annual tradition. So as you watch this video, and if you've already seen my Luck of the Irish Live video, then you'll understand why the surroundings seem so similar. After a mandatory Tim's run, we arrived in Acton, Ontario, which incidentally is very local to my house, and I'm so excited. We were so revved for this show, we arrived before the hosts, which is fine because we just had our breakfast in the car. After helping Alyssa and Michelle set up, I started to unpack my own box and get my performance set up. At our local shows, we always start with performance first, and that usually begins with the harness division. Usually for this, I would have my banai set up, which I actually don't have a video for because I made it way before the channel, but I was already running on 3 hours sleep, so I decided to skip it this time. I know I've already mentioned this in previous show videos, but I really do love my tackle box setup for my micros. And I know I've already promised to make a video on how to pack for a show. Alyssa put a lot of effort into the show decorations and rosette design. This show was held in November over the US Thanksgiving weekend, but I certainly appreciated that it was a Halloween theme, which satisfied my dark soul. Check out the raffle table, it was so generous, there were a lot of donations, and you might have seen something very familiar float by. Canadian shows tend to be very laid back in general, and I'm not sure if that's because of our friendly disposition as Canadians, or maybe we just all prefer a laid back show. During one of the classes, we actually started comparing American shows and Canadian shows, and a lot of showers voted that they prefer the laid back atmosphere. So yeah, this was a NAN-qualified show, but everyone traveled at their own pace, and there was a lot of room for questions from new showers. It was at this show that the Guinevere trailer made its official show debut. Longtime viewers know that this thing has been built for a while, so what has been taking so long? Well, did you watch my last posted video? Because that's what I was waiting for. My Kipling resin, because I needed somebody to go in the trailer. Now named Royal Canadian Mint, took champion in performance.
And our champion is Royal Canadian Mint, owned by Andrew.
Here's co-creator Eric posing with Guinevere. The previously mentioned raffle ran shortly after lunch. I apparently forgot to take footage of it. I donated my barbecue ribs jump, which was my Halloween video. My friend Marina ended up winning it, and I could not think of anyone more deserving. Competition in Briar OF and Peterstone was fierce. There were a lot of horses per class, and I could see from my table that it was really competitive. Most showers in our area do show a lot of OF because resins are really hard to come by here. They're really expensive to bring up from the States, and most artists, of course, are American or European. When I spoke to Alyssa about picking the winner, it was a really, really tough choice. There were a lot of really good horses on the table matching their breed. And it was equally tough in collectability for the OF guys because, holy, there were some nice horses. Because I only show resins and performance, I kind of have this big lull in my day, so I actually got a lot of time to take pictures this time. But right after lunch, everything really picked up for me because the resin division started and I judged customs, both breed and workmanship. I remember the days where the customs classes were so small because nobody really customized, but now the classes are huge and it's so hard to determine who the winner should be because the artistry has really picked up in our region. I did have to show and judge simultaneously, so it was a lot of juggling trying to run between classes. Luckily, Eric helped by putting my horses on the table. Marina ended up snagging a reserve champ in Resin Breed. It was the debut show for her brand new horse, Scotch Bonnet Bandit. Say that 3 times fast, please. I dare you. While my own resins weren't really successful in breed or workmanship this show, it was actually the other animal championship that got me my second rosette. It was Babushka Cat who pulled a reserve champion. I picked this thing up in a Japanese gachapon when I was in Tokyo or something once upon a time. Best 300 yen I've ever spent. And that was that. It was a very, very long day, but it was so worth it. This was my last show of the year, and I'm so happy that I made time for it through all my exams. Thank you so much to Alyssa and Michelle for hosting this second show of the year. I can't wait to attend next year. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at SelectArcane or on Facebook by the same name. Thanks for watching. Bye!